When you were with us last time, we made a very good start to the new Premier League season in our second season with Chelsea, including a win against last year's Premier League champions, Manchester City. And we kept that man, Haaland, very, very quiet. Can we continue today? Let's try. And we've also got a Champions League draw to boot. Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games. First up, Fulham in the Premier League, and then we have a Champions League match. Talking about the Champions League, let's go to Past Mark and have a look at the draw for this year's Champions League. The last time it's going to be drawn this way, I think. Well, thanks to Future Mark, and yes, this is the draw for the UEFA Champions League group stages, and we've had the music, obviously copyright problem if we play it, so we've not played it. We're going to get on with the draw, and as this probably, I think, in game, because everybody's been talking about the new format, which I think comes in the next season that we won't actually probably get round to seeing. But this is the last time, I think, that you actually get the group draws in the Champions League as it stands. So just to recap of what's happening, as far as I can remember, Bayern Munich are the current champions here in the Champions League in game. And they are in pot one alongside Manchester City, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, Ajax, Napoli and Benfica. I suspect we're in pot two, which we are, alongside Liverpool, Barcelona, Manchester United, Inter, Porto, Leipzig and Leverkusen. And then in pot three, Rangers, Shakhtar, Basel, Bal, is it, I think. Red Bull, Salzburg, Dynamo Zagreb, Milan, Celtic and Red Star. And then in pot four, Rennes, Real Sociedad, Nice, Celta Vigo, Hoffenheim, Sturm Graz, Rosenborg and Nordsjælland. So they are the four pots, 32 teams left in the pot. Hey, yep, 32 teams. Let's get underway then. And we can do this. Bayern Munich are first out. They will play... Oh no, so all the pot ones get drawn first. Real Madrid. Group C, Manchester City. Group D is Paris Saint-Germain. Group E is Juventus. Group F is Ajax. Group G, which is the group that we usually end up in, Benfica. And Group H is Napoli. So they are the group, the pot ones. We're in pot two, and Inter are in Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen, Manchester City, Porto. We're not in the same as Manchester City. So still a few to come out. Paris Saint-Germain will be in the same group as Manchester United. That's a group of death. Juventus and Liverpool. Ajax. This is the one I quite like. We've not got it though. Barcelona have. Benfica. I'm thinking group, like we're always in Group G. We're not at this time. RB Leipzig will play Benfica. We've ended up with Napoli as it stands. So we're in Group H this time round with Napoli. Right then. Third pot. Shakhtar in with Bayern Munich and Inter. Bâle are in with Real Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen. Rangers are in with Manchester City and Porto. That's an interesting group. And this, the group of death, Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester United. AC Milan, I think. No, Red Bull Salzburg in that one. Juventus and Liverpool in Group E with Red Star Belgrade. Ajax and Barcelona are in the group with AC Milan. Benfica and our Red Bull Leipzig are with Dinamo Zagreb. And it's Celtic will be in our group. Napoli, Chelsea and Celtic. And the final pot then, Celta Vigo. So Bayern Munich, Inter, Shakhtar and Celta Vigo in Group A. In Group B, it's Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, Bâle and Sturm Graz. In Group C, Manchester City, Porto, Rangers and Rennes. In Group D, Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester United, Red Bull Salzburg and Real Sociedad. Juventus, Liverpool, Red Star Belgrade and FC Noord-Zeeland. In Group F, Ajax, Barcelona, AC Milan. That's still a tough group, isn't it? Really tough. Wouldn't like to call that. And Hoffenheim have got that group. So Nice and Rosenborg are the two teams left in. Benfica, Leipzig, Dinamo Zagreb and Rosenborg are in Group G. And then we have Napoli, Chelsea, Celtic and Nice. So we will be facing Napoli, Celtic and Nice in our group. Confirmation of the groups. If you've got your favourite team in there, a chance to have a look. But what we'll do right now, I think, is hand you back to Future Mark, who will bring you up to date with how that looks in the schedule, but also then move on to the games that we're featuring today. And there we go. That is the draw for the Champions League. We're in Group H, and you can see how that now fits into the schedule. Today's matches then, Fulham and Nice are opening Champions League Group H match. Fulham away at Craven Cottage, and then a home game against Nice. And then we're going to come back for very quick episodes to get through this early stages of the Champions League. But I also wanted to show you the EFL, the Carabao Cup third round, which is against our local rivals Tottenham. Had it not been such a classy game, we probably would have given that one a miss. So we're going to come back next episode, Leicester and Tottenham, and then Manchester United and Napoli, and then we'll go down and work our way through the others. So it's going to be a lot of episodes with not getting very far very quickly, and then we'll see how we're progressing, and then jump forward that, and also depends on how we get on in the Carabao Cup as well, doesn't it? Since you were last with us, we've played one game and one game only. Still got, so far, we've started the Premier League season not conceding a goal. 2-0 win against Newcastle. Two goals from Barbosa as Havertz was injured. Barbosa on 27 and 65 minutes. As you will see from the XG, it was our sort of game. 19 shots, 11 of which were on target. 2.03 against their 11 shots, 2 on target, 0.97, and we had 65% of the possession. So we really did do a good job on them in that one, which was really good news. As I say, hopefully we can keep that up today in our game against Fulham. Previous meetings against Fulham, we have won all of them. A 5-3 win last season in the Premier League. If I remember, that was a bit of a topsy-turvy game. Havertz giving us the lead, Wilson equalising, then Havertz putting us back in front. In fact, tell a lie, Brozier, but I think we were 3-1 up in that game. In fact, 4-1 up, and then they scored in the 66th minute, minute after we scored our fourth, to make it 4-2. Then we made it 5-2. Then they made it 5-3. So it was a bit of a topsy-turvy. defence was a bit poor on that occasion. Then we played them in the EFL Cup quarter-final, beating them 2-0 at our place, and then a 4-0 win in the Premier League back in April. So history is good. Let's hope that history continues today. Let's have a look at the team that will face Fulham. Oh, before we do that, though, I need to tell you that the transfer window, as you will see, 16th September transfer window has closed. And we haven't actually brought in anybody else. Got a number of staff members coming in. But Eric Garcia was the last man in. It was simply a case of there weren't any players that bettered our team. And there wasn't any point in spending silly money on players that really didn't enhance our team any. Didn't have any big players going out, so we didn't need to very quickly replace. That's pretty much how it went. I'm not sure who went out. I think Cesar Kazidi has gone to Lyon for a season loan, and Matteson, I'm not sure if he'd already gone. He's gone to Hull City on loan. And last paid player going out permanently was Omari Hutchinson's gone to Brentford for what will end up being about £18 million. So transfer-wise, nothing happening, as I say. Right, having tied that up, let's have a look at the team that will face Fulham at Craven Cottage. Well, one other thing I didn't do, of course, was have a quick look at the table. We were top after 3 games, but Norwich have played Aston Villa. Norwich winning that one, which means, at least I think they won it, means they've got 10 points. Yeah, because they drew with Tottenham. So they have 10 points. They're top of the table. Just for now, they were the first game played this weekend. So hopefully if we win, we stay in front. But we've also got to score more goals than Arsenal and Liverpool, because they are tucked behind us only on goal difference as it currently stands. In fact, yeah. And then it goes to Aston Villa, Manchester City. And that's how it stacks up at the minute. So no room for errors. That's what I say. No room for errors. Right. Let's go and have a look at the team that we'll face. Are we going to be able to do that? Oh dear. Let's try that. That's better. The team then that will face Fulham for this one. Mendy, who is doing, touchwood, so well in goal. That's put the mockers on that, hasn't it? Mendy in goal then. Cucurella, Garcia, Fofana and James are backline. Rice and Kante in midfield with Mount out on the left. Havertz in that attacking playmaker role and Sterling out on the right are attacking midfield. Barbosa continues up front, even though Havertz is back from injury. And then on the bench, Kepa, Azlapaqueta, Torreira, Broja, Chalobah, Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, Koulibaly, and Octavio. And this is how the two sides match up for this one. They are playing a very similar formation to us, so nothing too difficult there. And you join us for our first highlight. It is a corner to Fulham. Oh, and that's come off the woodwork, I think. We've just changed to attacking instruction. Tate with the throw-in. And a penalty potentially has been given. Alvarado looked like he was fouled in the box there. And a penalty has been awarded. And it could be the first time that Mendy's breached this season. It is in a league game anyway. And Harry Wilson, who did us last time, has done us again from the penalty spot. We're a goal behind after 40 minutes or 41 minutes. Very quiet first half all told. They've had 3 shots, 2 on target. We've had 4, 2 on target. They are slightly better on the XG, but we have had more of the possession. We need to be a little bit better in the second half, methinks. And you join us, was having no joy, no highlights today in the second half. And I think it's time for a little bit of a change around. We're not getting the breakthrough that we're after. Barbosa isn't making any inroads up front. So I think it's time for Habits to move up there. We'll move Mount into that attacking playmaker role that he's so good at. And then we're going to take Barbosa off. And telling me to bring Armando Broja on. Do I bring him on that wing there? Or do we play Otavio? Let's play Otavio out there. And is he best as... Let's make him an inside forward on attack. Sterling, I think, is best as a winger. Mount will make an attacking midfielder on attack. And that's how we'll do it. And we have a corner. Mount with the corner. It's swung in. Otavio's not going to quite get there. He is now. Otavio to Mount. Mount inside the area. Otavio! We brought him on and he's got our equaliser on 63 minutes. An inspired substitution. Literally a minute and a half after we brought him on. He's already got involved in it. Started this attack. Run into space. Mount back to Otavio. And he hit it from just inside the box. And gets us level. And you come back as we need to make some more changes. Kante is tired. Torreira is going to come on for him in that midfield role. We have, of course, had the update. Second of third stoppages, so it now tells you at the top here what we can do. Raheem Sterling is tired. Of course, these players come back from international duty, which is why they are so tired. And that's 3. We take Declan Rice off, or do we take Reece James off as he's got... no, he's... probably better. We'll take Declan Rice off. It's Jorginho coming on in that midfield for Declan Rice. We'll leave it at that for the moment. And it leaves us with just one substitution still to go. Or do we make the Mason Mount? He's the tired player, Mason Mount. But who do we bring on for him? Do we have... Dig. Attacking midfielder Kai Havertz. Loftus-Cheek can play in there. Or do we just leave Mason Mount? Let's leave Mason Mount in there for now. And you come back. Highlight to Fulham. Substitutions, I think, are on the pitch. We're not sure. That's out to Wilson. Cucurella. It's outside the area. Can't be a second penalty, surely. No penalty, though. It's outside the area. It is a free kick. And Cucurella is going to pick up a yellow card for his troubles. Just need to defend this. And Loftus-Cheek heads it clear, but only as far as Robinson into the area. Swung out for Andreas. And Otavio clears upfield for our final change, I think. Kante also tied in that midfield now. In fact, we're still looking at old thing. Mason Mount is... We've taken Barbosa off. Loftus-Cheek. So what we're going to do is Loftus-Cheek will go into the middle. Mount will come off for Broja, who will come on that right side. And we will set him as an inverted winger. And we have a corner. James with the corner swung in, but it's headed clear. Garcia heads it back in. Garcia out to James. James to Otavio. Otavio gets it into the area, but it's Loftus-Cheek into the arms of Leno. Another highlight. We're looking like we might lose some points here. Torreira, Fofana finds Broja. New legs on the pitch. Broja turns, finds Fofana. Fofana inside to Jorginho. Jorginho goes out wide for Otavio. Otavio, and he's been fouled. It's not a penalty. It's outside the area. Surely this isn't going to be a penalty review because he's definitely outside the area. Oh, dear. Could have told you that. But Tete picks up a yellow card. Nothing coming of the free kick to Torreira. And now we might have a penalty. I think it's James that's been fouled inside. It's a series of penalty reviews in this game. Fourth one. It is a penalty. And we could win this almost by default. 4 minutes of injury time. We're into the third minute of injury time. Jorginho. Oh, and it's been saved. And it comes back. Jorginho has a second bite of the cherry, but it didn't do anything. And Mitrovic heads that on, but nobody there. James. Torreira. Jorginho. Learned. It's Loftus-Cheek has won the game for us. 2-1, 93 minutes on the clock. And what a lot happened in that highlight. We had a penalty. It was headed on, looked like they might break. Jorginho over the top. Loftus-Cheek got there before Leno. And Loftus-Cheek getting his first goal of the season. It's not all over yet, boys and girls. And Alvaro crosses it in. Saved by Mendy. And Cucurella clears. Otavio's been fouled. And a free kick on the edge of the area. Garcia to take it. 97 minutes. Or 97th minute we're in. And it's all over. We have won it by 2-1 against Fulham. That by virtue of that Ruben Loftus-Cheek goal after 93 minutes. We were lucky there, boys and girls. 13 shots, 8 on target. Hit our 50%. 5 and 3 for Fulham. 2.10, 55% possession. We should have won it. We have won it. But I'm not sure we're going to stay top of the table because we've only got 1 goal over Fulham. Let's see what the table looks like. And the rest of the games have been played. Arsenal beat Liverpool. I didn't realise that they were playing one another. Beat Liverpool by 1-0. Manchester United beating Brentford 2-1. So, at the end of that round of games, albeit there are still a couple of teams to play down the bottom here, but we are still top by goal difference over Arsenal, who are in second. Norwich in third on 10 points. And Liverpool fourth on 9 points. Then comes Manchester City and Manchester United. Manchester City only managing a 1-1 draw with Newcastle. So they are off to a little bit of a wonky start, are the reigning champions. But I think they had a bit of a wonky start last season. And then look what happened. So we won't write them off just yet, will we? Right. So having established ourselves at the top of the table for this one, let's go forward to our Champions League Group H opening game against Nice at Stamford Bridge. Otavio is suspended for this one. Declan Rice is suspended for this one. So we are without them. We haven't played Nice before in any competitions. So this is going to be our opening game, of which we know little about the other team and whether we can beat them or not. Let's hope we can get off to a good start. And the team that will face Nice in this Champions League first game, Mendy in goal, Chilwell, Garcia, Fofana and James continue as our defensive line. Kovacic and Kante reacquaint themselves as a partnership in midfield in front of those back four. Pulisic, Mount and Sterling are behind Havertz, who is back up front on the bench. Kepa, Koulibaly, Jorginho, Barbosa, Apliqueta, Chalobah, Broja, Cucurella, Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek, Torreira and Hudson-Odoi. And here we are. The teams. A recap of the Chelsea team. And the Nice team. Schmeichel in goal. I didn't realise that he had actually played for Nice, but there you go. After leaving Leicester, of course. And we're ready to go in this Champions League Group H match against Nice. Our first highlight, Diop for Nice. Pulisic picks it up on the wing. He's got 3 players around him, but that's a lovely cross field ball to Sterling. Pulisic, of course, who wanted to leave us in the summer, and it's a goal by Mason Mount, his second goal of the season. And with just 7 minutes on the clock, we are 1 goal up. Sterling, acres of space, crosses in for Mount. Mount hits it on the volley, and you come back, another highlight. Nice on the ball with a free kick. All the way back to Schmeichel. But Mount, who's having such a good game at the moment. Pulisic looking for Raheem Sterling. It's cut out. James gets there though. Mount heads it down to Kovacic. Pulisic. Garcia. Chilwell. Chilwell nearly lost that ball, but he wins it back. Garcia. Into space. Pulisic crosses it, and it's Havertz. And it's a question of whether he's offside, I think. System referee is checking it, and it is offside. No second goal then. Would have been Havertz's second goal of the season. And this is the point where it was a question. Actually, it wasn't Havertz that was offside. It was Pulisic. And you come back for a throw-in. James on this near side, throws it into Mason Mount. Mason Mount back to James. Fofana, Kante. Kante finds Sterling in acres of space. Oh, tried to get it through his legs, I think. And the goalkeeper, Schmeichel, actually managed to make the save. James with the free kick to Pulisic. Back to James. James on the edge of the area. That looked as if it went out. Pulisic tried to get it inside the post. It didn't do it. And half-time arrives. Still only that 1 goal in it. Goal by Mason Mount after 7 minutes. We've had 15 shots, 8 of which are on target. So hitting our 50%. 1.35 on the XG and 57% possession against Nice's 3 shots. Only 1 on target. A 0.30 and 43% possession. More of the same in the second half. We might even go attacking. First highlight of the second half, Schmeichel taking a goal kick to Mendes. And Reguilón, I think used to be at Tottenham. Sterling comes back and wins that off of Reguilón. Fofana to Kante. Kante to Havertz. Kovacic over the top. Havertz! It's a headed goal. Is that a new something new that Football Manager added? A lovely headed goal from Havertz. His second of the season. Not to be denied. And this time we are 2 up after 56 minutes. James. Fofana. That was Kante to James in the first place. Garcia. Fofana. Kante. Kante to James. James over the top now. Finds Sterling. Brings the ball down nicely, and Havertz gets his second of the game. Third, question of offside, I think. The ball nestles in the back of the net. And it has been allowed. It's 3-0. 59 minutes on the clock. It might be 60 minutes on the clock. Havertz was behind Mendes and got it away. We'll see now whether he's on offside or not. No, he's been played on. I think it was this defender here, Atal, who played Havertz on. And Atal has a throw in. Inside to Stengs. Mende is there, though. It got a deflection off the defender. And you join us for our first set of changes. First thing we'll do is sort this out. Again, 3 stoppages left. 5 substitutes left. Right, Reece James is going to come off for Azpilicueta. We need to get Reece James. He does tire out quite considerably in that back right side. Mason Mount, who is having a good game. We'll keep him on for a little bit longer. Kovacic, he's going to come off for Jorginho. Do we take Mason Mount off at this juncture in time? I think we do. Do we ring Loftus-Cheek on, or do we give Conor Gallagher? Let's give Conor Gallagher a run out. Another player who's not happy at the moment. We will need to try and bring him back on side. So let's give him a run out in the Champions League. Might just focus the mind a little bit. So 3 changes at this juncture. And you come back, highlight. Just Chilwell giving the ball away to Atal. Nice having a good bit of ball, but Mount comes and wins the ball. Inside of Pulisic. Pulisic in space. Has a go on his own, but he's hit the inside of the post. And it's come back out. And you come back for our second round of changes. I don't think we'll be making a third round. Let's sort this again. Kante is also tired now. We have 2 changes left. Lucas Torreira coming on for Kante. And I think the other person is Raheem Sterling's tired and Ben Chilwell's tired. So we can only make one change. And we're going to Chilwell off, Cucurella on. They are our changes. All done. And it's all over. And we've seen the game out. A 3-0 win against Nice. So Mason Mount after 7 minutes. Kai Havertz after 56 and 60 minutes. One of those a headed goal, which I haven't seen highlights of before. Near enough 50%. 21 shots. 11 of which were on target. 1.84 on the XG. 10 shots. 3 on target. A 0.97 for Nice. We have 57% of the possession. I know it's only the first round of games, but let's have a quick look and see how the first round of games in the Champions League has gone for everybody. We go back. Liverpool beating Juventus by 2-0. Firmino and Tygo, the scorers in that one. Barcelona beating Milan, Ajax, so big scores there. The other key ones for our English sides was Manchester City 0-0 with Rennes. Wouldn't have expected that result. Have expected them to have pulled a result there. Manchester United losing 2-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. So that is how the episode ends. We're going to come back very quickly for Leicester and Tottenham in our next episode. Then Manchester United and Napoli in the one after that. It's all happening. We're going to be playing the sides near the top of the table as well. Leicester, Tottenham next time out then. Leicester in the Premier League. Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. Of course, we are the defending champions in that particular competition. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 24. It's out on Tuesday. Until then, have yourself a very good weekend. If not, I think it's going to be cold. So make sure you stay warm. Till then, goodbye.